I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smiled through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's the twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. And your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is November 29th, 2025. It is currently 8:05 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, low volume. Low volume? Do I have low volume? Shouldn't have low volume. Thank you, Starlock. Thank you, my dear. Is my volume good? Let's just make sure we're rolling good. Sounds good. Okay. Might be your device, my dear. Sounds good. Okay. Okay. Perfect. It's saying I'm good, so I just wanted to make sure we are okay. That sounds kind of like a medical condition. What sounds like a medical condition? Good to see you all. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We've been there's been a lot of cases lately. Just so many happening, and I haven't got to speak about Jack and Lily for a few days now. and we gotta get on it. So we're going to be talking a little bit this evening about sorry, it's okay, Sasha, no worries, honey. What happened to nothing happened to my pet monkey. She's here all the time with me. She's here right now. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. We're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. And before we get started, if you don't mind, for my live chat rolling in here and my replay crew, how are you? Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button, and also share the live out for extra bonus points. It would mean so much to me, guys, truly. Hey, Marilyn, thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for that super sticker. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Miss Marilyn. Appreciate you, my dear. Do you suffer from low volume? Talk to your doctor about turn upsy. Maybe cause snorting, sniffling, excessive burping. You're funny. You're funny, Mousy. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's me, Jen. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much for your support, truly. All right. So in this live, we're going to be talking. I want to play a little video that Hunter S. True Crime did. He did an amazing video. But we're also going to be talking about the evening of May 1st, after Daniel, Malehya, Jack, and Lilly got home that day. Because I have spoken to individuals from people's past, and they have they've wondered, I guess you could say, if they were ever given any sort of Benadryl or sleep medications to make Jack and Lilly sleep so they could do what they wanted to do. And we were talking about how Jack and Lilly, like if you look in the documents, it talks about that morning when they left. I think it was around 11 o'clock, something like that. They said that Jack and Lilly, and they said, and the baby was asleep. They're always asleep in the car, and they would just have gotten up at 9 o'clock that morning, according to Malehya. And is that something that they did? We can't prove anything, but is it something that is possible? Because it happens. Let's just be honest. It happens. Remember Casey Anthony, how she allegedly gave Kaylee medicine so she could party, right? And if Daniel and Malehya wanted to do what they wanted to do inside their house, they didn't want kids bothering them or whatever. It's very, very, very possible. Thank you, hey, Lakeside. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you very much. So good to see you. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much for your support, Lakeside. Means so much to me, my friend. Good to see you. How you doing, darling? Hey, Charlotte. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Very kind of you. Hopefully you and yours are well as Lakeside. Appreciate you, my dear. Oh, thank you, Christine. Thank you, love. You are very kind to me. Appreciate that very, very much. Very kind of you. Appreciate it. And like things like Benadryl and other things can, it'll cause obviously drowsiness, but it can kind of linger. Like you'll wake up and then a couple hours later you're still kind of groggy the rest of the day, especially for sensitive, little kids, right? So let's get started on it. Oh, thank you so much, Angel. You're so kind. Thank you so much, my dear. Goodness, thank you, love. Really do appreciate that. Wow. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you give our beautiful Angel a big, big thank you. Thank you so much for your support, Miss Angel. Appreciate that very, very much, my love. Good to see you. Scorpio, thank you guys. Wow, thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Scorpio. Really do appreciate you for gifting that pearl necklace. If you received that pearl necklace, make sure you give our beloved Scorpio a big, big thank you. Appreciate you, my dear. Oh, wow. Lily, thank you. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you so much. Oh, amazing. Appreciate that very much. If you received that pearl necklace, make sure you thank our dear Lily for gifting that pearl necklace. Very kind of you, my dear. Appreciate that very much. Okay. And then I want to go over some documents on just a few specific things that we're going to. What did I do, Justin? Goodness gracious. Hold on one second. Let me fix this so we don't get any commercials here. Guys, if y'all were just joining us, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate that. Guys, Hunter S. True Crime is, and I'm so glad to see his channel growing. I put in his comments the other day. He is so deserving. I always say I love his mind. He's got a very good memory and really knows how to put things together. And so I want to thank him for his relentless support in Jack and Lily and many other cases. And so his link is provided in the description always. So make sure you sub up to Hunter S. True Crime. If you don't, you're doing yourself a disservice, in my opinion. Just a very, very good guy. Thank you so much, lady. Thank you, my dear. Very kind of you. Appreciate you very much. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you very much. Good to see you, Miss Lady. Oh my God. Fun to ski. Thank you. My goodness. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so, my goodness. Thank you. Wow. Really do appreciate that, Fun to Ski. You are an OG, to say the very, very least. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you give our Fun to Ski a big, big thank you. Really do appreciate that, my dear. Very, very, very kind of you. Let me give him credit here also, because I like the viewer to be able, for our replay crew, to see exactly. And also for my replay crew, link is provided down in the description so you can sub up to Hunter S. True Crime. I cried watching Hunter's video. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you very much. Hey, Esther. Good to see you. Bonjour. Mr. Justice for Jack and Lily. Thank you so much, my dear. I really appreciate you. It's, oh my gosh, I feel like if we can get, we're finally on the brink. Well, it's already started in Michael Vaughn's case. I'm very good friends with Brandy and Tyler, the mother and the father of Michael Joseph Vaughn, who was stranger abducted in Fruitland, Idaho. It's kicking off there. I really believe that we're going to get justice for Summer now. And I've been speaking to a lot of people on that. And I'm probably going to be going to Hawkins County soon as well. But then I really think we need to get justice for Jack and Lily, of course, and Sebastian Rogers. I think the hardest out of those two will probably be Sebastian Rogers. But I hope all of these babies get justice. They not that they deserve it. It's more than deserve. It is a right for every victim who has been wronged in any way, shape, or form, that they're to correct as much as we can on this earth what happened to them, and whoever did something to them needs to pay. They need to pay. And most of us just can't imagine how twisted some people are. You really can't, because we're just not around those type of people, right? I mean, it's one thing for an adult, someone to snap at an adult or whatever, but kids is a whole different story, man. It's a whole different story. So let's get it started, and then we're going to get on these documents as well. So let me show you Hunter's channel right here. It's Hunter S True Crime, and I want to show you now. Some of these videos I have played before. I think I was the one that found Malehya's channel to begin with, whenever all of this was rolling out. And this is like a classic hairstyle of the kids of her era. That almost like, boys and girls kind of wore this.
But kind of ish. Native. It's like
You would look at you
I'm
every
going to play a little bit up here. So that was Malehya then, and then 7 years later,
and I love that she had the brown hair. And
Lily. Let me just say something. Lily has the best smile, doesn't she? Like, when I picture Lily, like, as like, if I picture her in my mind as a grown up, like, she's going to be the life of the party. She's going to be the life of the party, and you can just feel that. Yeah, I mean, Malehya's like, what, 27? Yeah, 27. Beautiful little smile. Beautiful little smile.
she had a space between her teeth, which I had when I was a kid. So
She's got the little gap between her teeth. You know something? I had a gap between my teeth until I got them fixed. And I used to hate my gap between my teeth. Hey, Joyous, good to see you, honey. Anastasia, Linda, Jennifer, Lady, Passion, everyone, Marilyn. But now I miss it. I had it fixed, and now I kind of miss my gap because it kind of made me. You know what I mean? Like, I had a pretty good gap between my teeth right there.
yeah, she was our little princess.
Mm-hmm.
Jack was such a sober, serious little baby that he didn't like to smile. You could tickle him, and he would look at you ever so serious, like he was really studying you. I thought they were the picture perfect family. She told me that she wasn't happy and she thinks she's going to leave. And I told her that.
I really believe Malehya just has been a hard time maturing. Sometimes people don't grow up until they have kids, and then they grow up quick. And then unfortunately, there are some that just don't mature even after kids. So that's kind of the way I picture her. And I also think Malehya always thinks the grass is greener. I think it's very common for someone in their 20s. And also, I think, if you don't experience life a little bit, sow your oats, so to say, when you're younger, many times they will get times are different now, so they'll get in like a serious relationship in their 20s, and then they feel like they haven't lived or whatever. And you learned as you get older, the grass is not always greener on the other side. And if it is, it's usually watered with bullshit.
He supported whatever she decides. That one good parent is way better than two broken ones.
My son has been living here for 11 months now, and he does not have a criminal record whatsoever, and he has had nothing to do with the children for 3 years.
I have, Malehya has just been, she's just been partying and living her best life. But, I know that there are people, in my opinion, that are free right now that knows where Jack and Lilly are. And there has to be immense pressure on these people, and they live in a jail, a prison within their hearts right now. They are free, yes, but I can't imagine when they lay down at night and all of it comes rushing into their heads. And this is the first holiday season for particularly Malehya, not having any kids, and seemingly just out partying and drinking and doing her thing.
Him and Malehya were together for 3.5 years. Their relationship went downhill really fast after Jack was born. Malehya told me that she was not happy. She definitely wanted out of the relationship. And we supported her 100%. My son, I don't know if it was the pressures of trying to support a family. I'm not sure what happened, but he started drinking a lot, started doing the drugs, and in the end, he just didn't care. And she got tired of it and left.
I respect Belinda because Belinda is a person that she doesn't make an excuse for her own child's shortcomings. And that is a hard thing to do as a parent, to separate the love that you have for them, but also be objective about what's really going on. And to me, that is the truest of intentions, right? It doesn't, and people thinks because you might say something that, your kid wasn't doing right or doing good or failing at, it doesn't change the love that you have for them. But she's honest about it. And the only way to find Jack and Lily is, cut through the BS and really to find the truth. And, I just admire that immensely because, it's, you don't want to say, what your child's shortcomings are or whatever, but these are kids. These are, her grandkids. And so you have to, they're the ones that need her to advocate for, right? Malehya and her son are adults, and they've made their decisions just like we all have about certain things.
She went to court for full custody, and she went to court for child support payments, and he was paying child support right up until 11 months ago now, when he lost his job, lost his apartment, and lost his vehicle, and that's why he's home. Now that we have that out of the way, does it suck? Yes, it does. I make no excuses for him, but he is my son, and I love him with all my heart.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. You're not going to make excuses for failures or things that have happened, but your child, you're going to love them no matter what. And that's just really respectable.
I looked at the fact that when her and my son separated, my son walked away. He chose to walk away, that she wanted sole custody of the kids. So she petitioned the courts for sole custody. And when she did that, he said he was done. Malehya, she was a sweetheart.
Hi guys, it's Malehya. Apparently, it's more of like an about me video. So that, I don't know, because since I'm getting into this YouTube thing, I just thought it'd be more appropriate to know about me. A horse, it's a Percheron horse, and her name is Raven. Golden Retriever, dog named Kafai. I have a little Shih Tzu named Gabriella. She's really, she's something else.
I'm
horseback ride, but I had to.
I can't stand
Not really good. When she broke up with Cody and was back at her mom's, it was about 6 to 7 months when she told me she's going to start dating again. And I told her I thought it was a wonderful
Malehya, Cheryl, and her other
full idea. And she had met somebody. She posted pictures of them. They were together only for a couple of months. And she told me that it didn't work out, that she just found him a little overbearing and she wasn't happy with the way he was around the kids. So that ended. And it was only about possibly a month, maybe a month and a half, when she stated she met Darren.
Or Daniel's story.
Okay. So she met this guy, and hey, always like, good to see you, honey. Sarah, it's already all about you, Malehya, it seemed. Yeah. She said she wasn't happy about how this guy treated the kids. And then she got with Daniel. What's the difference? Did it start out slow, and did he pretend to like the kids in the beginning? Or was it something else? She has a type. She does have a type. Yep. And I'll be honest with you. I think the guy that she's with now doesn't. I think there's rugs involved. I've heard things. His family seems like good people, but still, I think the rugs is what kept her there.
Yeah.
What struck me about Belinda is that she understood and described a change in Malehya that she noticed over the last few years.
I thought her gift was being a mom. That I really thought that was her God-given gift, that she seemed to just breeze through it. She was actually everything a grandmother could want for a mom.
Really?
Okay.
She was an excellent mom. An excellent mom. She didn't raise her voice. She had more patience than I had as a mom.
Wow. And so, what do you think happened?
Things started to change when
Oh, he
she
goes
met
out with her.
Daniel.
Okay.
That she had told us about meeting him.
I think things changed whenever they moved in at the trailer. I think that's when Daniel had control. He was more comfortable. He was around his family. His mommy was in the backyard. And I think also Miss Junkyard Janie resented giving the trailer up to them as well.
And that she did believe it was going somewhere. So I was happy for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, well, as long as he makes her happy, because kids are happy if mom's happy.
Yeah.
And we kept in communication that the kids' birthdays and Christmas, that she was staying with her grandmother at that time in Truro.
Yeah.
So we would go there to drop off the kids' birthday gifts or Christmas gifts and visit with them. Then we noticed
Very much
that
isolated.
it started.
Very much isolated. And let me tell you something. It's hard being isolated, right? Like, it's hard staying home and, you're like, especially like when they're babies, because you don't want to go out. You don't want them to get sick or anything, or at least that was me. I didn't want them to go out. I didn't want them to get sick, especially of the winter time. And then there's just no adult conversation or anything, and you can only clean so much. And she really didn't have transportation. She had this jealous maniac who would go to work and would, see her locations 24/7 and all of this. So yes, it can. Yes, it can. And so lots of time to think. Yes. And it's difficult. And then just having like his family there at all the time, and she really didn't have her family there. Well, I mean, she was living with her family, and then he moves in right here, in the trailer where they don't really have to pay any bills, no rent or anything.
To change a bit.
And what kind of change did you notice in her?
She started to get distance. That the last visit she had them here, that was in the summer before Jack's birthday, so that probably would have been around July or August.
Mm-hmm.
She did make the comment that it bothered Daniel coming to visit us.
1000% Diane.
That he assumed that she was coming so she could run into Cody. And I thought,
1000%. Malehya is responsible for, these are her children, right? These are her children. She is supposed to be there for them, care for them, all of this. But it also sounds like Malehya, for some reason, was getting overwhelmed a lot with the kids, and probably because the kids, they didn't have any routines. There wasn't any balance at all in this house. I've heard from, Daniel always says, and I do believe him with this because I've heard other people mention it as well, that Malehya wouldn't take the kids to town unless she had someone with her, right? And it's like, yeah, it's overwhelming. It can be overwhelming at times, but also you can't let these things stop you.
well, I mean, they're only young, so we made it clear that, look, if he's got a problem, bring him too.
Do you think that the reason why you haven't seen them in the last 2 years is because of that?
I do feel it's because of him. I do. I mean,
Oh, it is.
she was coming.
Listen, people that have spoken to Daniel in the last 7 months that he's kind of dated or talked with and all that, he does not want any of them talking to another man, whether even that's co-workers or other, right? Nobody. He's a very jealous person, right? And hey, Sammy, good to see you. And that gets old real quick. Hey, Wolfie.
All the time up until she got with him. But Malehya knew that this will always be a second home for her, that they were our grandkids, so she was more than welcome here whenever she wanted to come by.
What do you remember about the kids?
Kids, they were happy.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Yeah?
Yes. Every time I seen them, they always lived at their grandmother's in Truro.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, at their great grandmother's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
At Patty Carter's. That's where I used to go visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 60.3 kilometers, 38 minutes. Oh, thank you, Tracy. That's very kind of you, my dear. Appreciate that very much. Justin, thank you for all the hard work and coverage. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Tracy. Appreciate you very much. It's very kind of you. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a member here on the Trail Family as well. Very kind of you. He has a big, totally jealous. And I think that is, I mean, there's nothing that will convince me otherwise that That's the reason Malehya quit going around. It wasn't because of Belinda, and it wasn't even because of Cody. It was, well, I mean, it technically was because of Cody, because of Daniel. He, you know, thought, I guess they were going to rekindle something, or I don't know, how many, people are jealous. It's, I think there's a healthy amount of jealousy, I think, but it's not, but it shouldn't affect your life or anything. I think I like a man to be a little jealous, but not like controlling, like you fucking gonna sleep, or anything like that. Like, no, not like that, but it shouldn't affect relationships or anything like that. So there's that. Okay. 1 second, y'all. Okay, let me just play this 1 second.
What? Until this guy moved him away, and that was the last time I seen him.
When's the last time that you got to see Lily and Jack?
I seen Lily last year when she brought her up here. Yes, the last time I seen Lily.
Connie Brooks told us some interesting information. Malehya had been there to get her status card updated, so she is a member of the First Nation, and she visited her grandmother and other relatives, and her grandmother asked her about her relationship with Daniel Martell.
She don't know, but I asked her, did he hurt you? She didn't really say he hurt her, but he held her down. He held her down and took her phone on her, and she couldn't talk. She couldn't be allowed to use the phone.
He was having her, I don't know what you call it, scared. She couldn't go anywhere, do anything, Connie said. That's what she told me, and that's what I told detectives. Oh, thank you, Miss Joyous. That's very kind of you. Thank you, love. Appreciate you very, very much, my love. Thank you, Miss Joy. That's very kind. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you thank our Mrs. Joyous for gifting one of those. Really, really do appreciate you. Thank you so very, very much, Miss Joyous. Appreciate that. Carolina, good to see you, love. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Really do appreciate that. Thank you, Miss Carolina, as well. Appreciate you. What does MBM think military wives or wives that are widowed young, they take their children and care for them alone? Sometimes in other countries, I've seen someone on her military. Malehya had the opportunity to leave Daniel. She did. Worked 1 day a week. She absolutely did, Lily. And listen, it's one thing for Malehya to stay there whenever it would be just her. But when you have kids, you got to be there to protect them. She's not going to be out on the street no matter what. And she knows that. Malehya was not going to be out on the street. She's got family, she's got friends, all of that but I think Malehya is a weak person. I do. I think she's just a very weak person. And I think she's extremely lazy as well. So there you go. When she asked her granddaughter about rug use in the home, she said Malehya told her that Daniel concealed a rug addiction for nearly the first year of their relationship.
certainly the Mi'kmaq community has been involved in the search and providing legal assistance to their mother. So it is a part of the story. We learned through our reporting that Nova Scotia's Child Protection Office had been contacted by the kids' school out of concern.
They were developmentally behind and arriving at school grubby and without appropriate winter clothing, prompting staff to provide it for them, school board employee with direct knowledge. Yes. And not only that, they were also showing up with marks on them. They were also showing up with marks.
About the way they were showing up at school. We don't know the specific details of what the concern was that prompted that call, but we do know that that caused a child protection worker to go to the children's house and interview their parents, and this was in the months before their disappearance.
The CPS went to their house in December, and they should have took the kids out of there. Like, look at the look of the house.
Yeah.
They get the locks on the door,
house
and the boy be there, this and that. But why'd she stay there? No, she could have went to her grandmother's in Bob Hill. You know how many times we tried to... She was at the grandmother's before they went there, Dan and her. He got 2 from a previous marriage. And those 2 that are missing are hers. Then they got the little girl together. And he didn't like her kids at all. But she said they beat them all.
I was looking through the
Listen to this right
Facebook
here.
page of the children's school to understand what their school life was like. I was really just curious about the types of things they did at school and, you know, what their lives were like there. And I came across a photo of Jack with a black eye. And so that photo was dated December 13th, 2024. It was
December 13th, 2024, which was when? Right around when CPS was there. Right? And this is, you know, just 4 or 5 months before they disappear. I don't find this a coincidence.
5 months before he and Lily disappeared. I asked Daniel how Jack received the black eye in December, and he didn't respond. But in private Facebook messages that were shared with me...
Listen, he didn't respond. Sometimes no answer is all the answer you need, by the way. When someone is avoiding answering it, that's all the answer you need. No answer is an answer, in my opinion.
He acknowledged that Jack had many black eyes. He said Lily even had a black eye when Jack and Lily disappeared.
This is what starts getting my blood boiling. Many black eyes. A 5. Hey, Charmaine, good to see you, baby. A black eye. Many black eyes. There is not a 4 and a 6-year-old that has had many black eyes without there being abuse. And also, we know that there's drugs in the home, right? And they're showing up to school. When they are showing up to school, they're showing up dirty, right? Unkept, no coats. You're in Canada. I can't imagine a kid not having a coat or the proper clothing. Right? And then you have the stepfather who is a lying sack of garbage as far as I'm concerned. He has been shown to lie ungodly amounts of times. So it has all of the components of the perfect storm of a child disappearing. It is the hallmark of a child or children disappearing. Not one child, two children here, actually. For one child of theirs to go missing is one thing. Two. 4 and a 6-year-old that should have been found very, very quickly if they had actually gotten out by themselves. And suddenly they have dementia of Thursday night and certain things of Friday morning.
From an incident that happened on May 1st, the day before the children went missing. He said a Tonka truck that she pushed down on swung up and hit her in the face.
But the most of the black eyes were probably from Lilly because, and I don't want to say 100% because Jack was really clumsy too.
You're a fucking psychopath, Daniel. You're a psychopath, in my opinion. Saying that these kids are really clumsy and all this bullshit. You know better. That's a classic. Clumsy. Do you know what it takes to actually get a black eye? It takes a lot of force to go against your eye and your skin enough to break blood vessels. Now think about that. Enough to break blood vessels. Your blood vessels are actually really strong and really pliable. Think, we move all the time and our blood vessels are not breaking because they're meant to move. We are meant to move and our blood vessels don't bust. I can do this and I'm not going to get a bruise. It takes a lot of pressure for you to be bruised under your eye. But they're just clumsy. Maybe you're just a fucking animal, Daniel, in my opinion. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're just an animal. And he wants to talk about, and trust me, this happens to kids. Kids will be playing, pushing too hard down on their car, and it will go out from them. It happens quite a bit, actually. But it doesn't hurt their eye. It hurts their chin and their mouth. They hit the ground on the floor. It doesn't give you a single black eye. So I don't know how he lives with himself. The way that I guess he does it to, I mean, no wonder he has to smoke the rocks, in my opinion, to make him forget about the fuckery that he has did, in my opinion. Fleefer, thank you so much, my friend. Welcome to the Pearl family. We really, really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, Columbia. Appreciate you very, very much. Good to see you. And Carolina, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you very much, my friend. Good to see you. And a member as well. And you too, Fleefer. Thank you so much. And Darcy, hello, darling. How you doing? Thank you so much. Appreciate that very much. And appreciate the ticket. The Pearl family, my dear. Daniel, Jack had many black eyes. Lily had the black eye the day that she disappeared. What else did she have, Daniel? What else did she have? Because I'm sure that's not the only marks. And I tell you something. What I hope the RCMP is doing, I hope the RCMP is looking at the videos at the Dollarama and checking to see if Lily had a black eye there. Because if she didn't have a black eye there, that means she had to get it after the Dollarama and between the points of her leaving the Dollarama and her going missing. And to me, that would say something very interesting, that someone likely lost their temper.
Like when we used to take him to the woods, he would fall a lot. I remember one time too, Jack ran right into the doorknob on the door.
There we go.
They were
The doorknob, that's classic 101, isn't it? Oh, the doorknob. Oh, fell down the stairs.
throw stuff at each other. They were quite aggressive toward each other.
Mm. Wonder where they learned that behavior, Daniel. Maybe when you were perhaps holding down Malehya with her throat? Hmm?
Goes like that. I'm checking to see if there's food in the fridge. I'm checking see if there's locks on it. It's just had to use the lock. And Daniel's daughter, that she's like 8 or 9. Her name was Rain. She said, Malehya locked him in the room. Yeah, but she didn't care.
And let me tell you something. That right there, people that I have spoken to, and I've actually shown you guys some text messages, they say that every time people from their past say that they were always locking someone in their room. We know the kitchen or the refrigerator had a lock on it, and their bedroom had a wall between it. Makes me wonder, is it because they potentially, allegedly locked them individually in their rooms? Because remember, they said in the documents, it says we put up the wall between the two, otherwise they would stay up all night. No, they wouldn't stay up all night. If you had a schedule, Malehya, and you actually set your ass down in the room for 10 minutes and read a book or talked to your kids for just 10 minutes, they would be out quickly. Yes, they put up a wall in Jack and Lily's room. This 10-foot by 9-foot room, right? So it would be like 5 foot by 9 foot each. You know, about the size of well, actually, jail cells are bigger than that. Like, my kids were little, I had this little, like, gliding recliner. It was so comfortable, that thing was. And I would sit in their room, read him a bedtime story, or just talk to him for a few minutes, and they would be out. Now, if you just say a 4 and a 6-year-old, you know, preschooler and a kindergartner to go to bed, but they can't regulate. They don't even have the time. They don't even know how to regulate or even the concept of time at that point. You're expecting That's like saying you, Malehya, to get in an airplane and go ahead and fly the mother chicken. You don't know what to do with it. You don't know where to begin. They can't regulate themselves to go to bed like that. Kids will go and go and go until they literally just pass out from being tired. You know, it's just a shame. It's really just a shame. Truly. Hey, PGH. Good to see you, babe. Thank you for 5 months. Really, really do appreciate you, my dear. So glad to be a pro. Absolutely love this community. Best group on YouTube, in my opinion. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much, PGH. We love and adore you and so appreciative of you being here, my dear. Thank you so very much. Yes, it's very important. And this is the thing. You know, we make a set bedtimes for kids, but it is just as important for us, the parents. It is just as important. We all need that routine. And I'm telling you, once they get older, you don't have to tell them to go to bed. They go to bed. They know what time it is. They go to bed. And routine and discipline, healthy discipline, is a beautiful thing for the child, for the parent, for everybody. You know, it's a little difficult starting out, right? When you're first getting in that routine, which you know, the growing pains, I guess you could say, of it, but they were just freaking lazy. Just no other way around it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you so much for your support, Miss Judy. Really, really do appreciate you. Y'all welcome Miss Judy to the community. Appreciate you, my friend. Daniel's daughter, she's like 8 or 9. She said Malehya locked them in the room.
Yeah, but she didn't care. She didn't fuck care. She bring them over and clothes her fucking filthy.
Was she always
her
like
faces,
this?
Yeah.
Or
no,
you was
he wasn't brought up like that. CBS should have took the kids out. This was in December. And plus, why would she stay there? If someone's beating my kids, I'm breaking their fucking hands.
Exactly.
And 3 months ago, we told her, oh, before that happened, I'll say 3 months before May, we had the U-Haul truck to move her back to her grandmother's house. She had a big house by Red Cliff. And
Oops, what'd I do? I just knocked it off. 3 months before May, we had a U-Haul truck to move her back to her grandmother's house. It was falling apart. You got to think about this. Night Playful. You got to think about this. So, Christmas, December, what happens? Well, CPS comes. There is bruises on the kids. They don't have coats or anything, right? Thank you, Judy. Appreciate that very much. We love Canada. Now think about this. In January, Malehya must have started getting a little bit of common sense. Hopefully, but then she backed out. I don't find it a coincidence that December CPS is there. January, she's ready to move the freak out. She's done. She's done. And he says they got him a U-Haul, all that. But then she backs out. She backs out. Whether Daniel convinced her or she convinced herself or a combination of both. And then February goes by, right? March goes by, April goes by, and Cheese gets her car. She gets it legal a day or two before the kids go missing, and then the kids go missing. I think someone lost their temper.
Out of here. Next, the day before, no, I'm not moving.
Yeah.
Why you want to stay here? There's rats in the walls.
Exactly. I think that place many times.
After seeing the place, seeing the condition of the home, it was like the total opposite of what I knew of Malehya. She was always clean, very clean about herself, about the kids, about her home. This home looked more like a camp, but it was very unkempt. I was pretty surprised. And I went in to see Malehya again. I assumed she was in shock. She was very, very non-emotional, very just.
Mama Susu to the office, please. Mama Susu to the office, please. We need for Mama Susu. Oh.
Flat, monotone, but Malehya's very soft-spoken anyway. That she's not.
Yes, rats in the walls. That is correct. Yes. Yep, rats. Yep. Mm-hmm. Rats. I mean, first of all, so the way that they live with all the junk and the stuff around them, that's going to attract rats and mice. If you have chickens or anything like that, you constantly have to make sure, because the mice and the rats in the wild, they want to get to the feed constantly. So there's that. And then there's that swamp right by their house, right? Which rats and mice and stuff will go to. So if you've got, they had these big piles of trash everywhere inside their house, outside of their house, all of that. It's just, nature does its thing if you don't fix it. That's just the way it is. Wendy, thank you so much, my friend. Really, really do appreciate your love. Thank you for gifting the pearl necklace. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. If you received that pearl necklace, make sure you give our beautiful Wendy a big, big thank you. Really do appreciate that, Wendy. Hello, Little Red. Good to see you, hon. More of a clue, she was leaving and all their clothes to think he got upset, not her. So many, yes, so many rodents. Oh God, I was at the lake with when I was in Tennessee, where Summer went swimming, and the grass was a little bit high, and I had like sandals on or something. This was in the summertime, and I saw the grass moving like it was a mouse or a rat or something, and I screamed like a woman. I was like, because I cannot stand rats and mice. I cannot stand them. Rats especially. Rats, and I can't stand snakes. Ooh.
Usually excitable.
Okay, May 2nd at 6:15 a.m., Malehya marked Lily and Jack out sick for school. At 8:28 a.m., Malehya made an unanswered call to her mom, Cindy. Could it have been a pocket dial? No, I don't think it was a pocket dial. Mm-mm. No, but what's interesting is Malehya said she didn't think that Sharon, she didn't make any calls around that time. Now at 8:28, remember, they originally said that Jack and Lily went missing around 8 a.m. Yeah, here's the document. On May 2nd, 2025, there was a missed call from Malehya at 8:28 a.m. Now, Malehya's mother was outside tending to her horses and all that, and she missed the call. Right, Darcy? So I find it very interesting that if you look at the 6 a.m. time frame, 6 to 6:30-ish, you notice that Malehya is awake. We can say that Malehya was awake. We can't say Daniel is, but I believe he was. And so is Janie. So is Janie. And then we go to the 8 o'clock hour. And Malehya is making phone calls. And so is Janie. So is Janie. When were they this dozing in and out of sleep? Now, if you're making phone calls at 8:28 and you have 3 kids under the age of 6 years old, are you going back to bed? You say some of them are sick, you got an infant, you're not going back to bed. Come on now. Come on. And she had went to bed at what? 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock? If it's, 8 o'clock, you've already had 10 hours of sleep. I don't buy it. At 10:01, Malehya called 911 to report Lily and Jack missing. I also find it interesting at 10:01, at 10 o'clock, more or less, 10 o'clock. Okay, we'll wait till 10 o'clock before we call. It wasn't, 10:07 or 10:24 or 10:36. Almost 10 o'clock on the dot. That could be, a coincidence, but I don't think it is, in my opinion. That morning, Malehya messaged Belinda. I never thought they would run off on me like that, she wrote. I'm so distraught. Crazy Buck coming in clutch at 8 months. How you doing, buddy? Please, Crazy Buck. Yes. Can we have some arrest by Christmas, please? And thank you. Yes, RCMP, listen up. Lock them up for Christmas. That's all we ask. Lock them up. Have at it. Do we got the RCMP? I got the FBI open up. FBI open up! I don't know if I got the RCMP though. Yeah, I don't think I got the RCMP one right now. I was looking for it. But I agree. Thank you so much for 8 months, my dear. Hours later, Malehya floated the idea that Jack and Lilly were abducted. Many are suspecting that they were picked up by somebody, she texted Belinda, because there is no trace of them or Lily's backpack. Interesting words right there, right? Or Lily's backpack. What about Jack's diaper? What about articles of clothing? All of that. Many are suspecting they were picked up. Who was suspecting that, Malehya, other than you and Daniel? I'll wait. Through the night, Malehya texted Belinda, I have reason to believe they may have been taken by someone, end quote, she wrote. They should have found them by now if they were in the woods. And I sort of agree with Malehya on this, but I don't agree that it was this rando person who just picks up two kids in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. I believe it was someone on that property, and you know all about it as well, Malehya. And I believe you have reason to believe that as well. Like you say, I have reason to believe. I bet you do, girl. Malehya gave two statements to the RCMP the first day, and while Daniel fell asleep early the first night that Jack and Lilly were missing, Malehya said she was awake until 3 a.m.
When I found out that they were missing, I thought they were lost in the woods. I thought they were lost in the woods right up until we went there Saturday morning. And seeing where Malehya lived, seeing Malehya herself. And I still thought, well, the children must be up in the woods. There was a lot of woods. You could see the kids' toys all over the yard. You knew they well played there. Malehya was pretty
Oh, really,
I'm not
Jacqueline?
sure if it's shock, but she was very flat, non-emotional flat. I put it down to shock.
Doesn't this look like a mother who is thinking very deeply? Not that she is anxiety ridden or that she is thinking a lot here. You can see it all over her face. She knows this. To me, this photo says a lot to me. Oh, you really think so?
She just didn't know what to do, and she kept saying she didn't know what to do. As for the people around her, I know when we come into the driveway, Janie was sitting on some kind of a bench thing or something in the driveway, and I can't remember who the woman was beside her. There was a policewoman standing there, and the policewoman was talking to them. We couldn't make out what she was saying until we got up closer. And Janie was really crying a lot, and this woman was saying to her, "It's okay, Mom, they're not blaming you. They just want to look in your trailer. They're not blaming you. They just need to make sure that there's nothing in the trailer."
Cassie, you're fine, baby. Love you. Appreciate
There was a
you being
bench sitting here, or a sawhorse. It's over there. Was sitting here. I was sitting on it, bawling my eyes out. I was crying because I blame myself for not getting up that morning to see the kids. Because if I would have got up, this wouldn't have never happened.
If she would have got up, this would have never happened. You know, in the documents, they say if the kids got out, even though they said the kids never got out, but they said if the kids got out, they would, Janie would always tell them, "Hey, missing PNW, I need to call you. I was thinking about you today." Yes, the CEO of Timu. Word to the mother. Janie would always call the kids, call Malehya or Daniel, and say that that the kids were out. Now, why, if that is true, why didn't she do it that morning? She said she thought Daniel was with them. What changed? How would she think Daniel was with them? I did, PNW. Hopefully you did too, my love. What would have made her think that Daniel was with them that morning? Because we are people of habit. If she always calls when the kids are out, she would have looked outside when she heard them and made a call. But she says she didn't see them that morning. She just heard them. How convenient.
Okay? That's why I was crying.
I was bawling my eyes out. Look, my eyes are down there. I was bawling. I was swiping my Timu games, smoking my Pall Malls, and Justin did not want to see me cry. Okay? I am his mother. You might as well just get over it. Justin was crying. I was crying. Daniel, he was out of his fucking head that day. And, yeah, I was crying because I lost my Timu game. So I was smoking my cigarettes and sorting the corn out for the chickens, I said cracked corn, and Daniel said, "What? You give the chickens cracked corn?" Crack corn. Daniel, I said crack corn, not crack, honey. Good God. What is wrong with you, Daniel? You hear the word crack and you think it's something else.
She went on to say that there was nothing in the trailer. She didn't want them around her dog. And the policewoman told her that she was impeding an investigation and she would have to get a search warrant. And then I thought, well, we'll just continue on into the trailer. When I walked into the trailer, we went in through the front door where it's a little porch there on the front. We went in through that door. And you walk right into the kitchen area. The table's right across from the door. The living room is off to the right. There's a wood stove. It's not quite in the middle of the living room floor, but it juts out in the living room floor a fair bit.
Hold on one second. Let me just help you out here. Thank you, No 9723. Yeah, Daniel loves the AI thumbnails. And now that I know he loves them, he's going to get them every day. So, it's not an airport. So long, c'est la vie. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you being here.
Recyclables were everywhere. Piled up bags everywhere. The counters were so full, you couldn't pick out any one thing because it was really piled up with a lot of stuff. She was totally A good way to put it was she looked totally lost. She had Meadow on her hip. She was holding.
It's we know that Daniel goes under different screen names. So it's probably Daniel or one of his cronies.
Meadow, and she looked totally lost. When I got inside the trailer and after I had hugged Malehya, I mean, I took to crying. Now I didn't notice because I wasn't watching, but my sister stated that she noticed Malehya wasn't crying at all. She didn't have any tears. That she was
I don't
very
know. What did you see there?
A good way to put it was she looked totally lost.
Hold on.
Out in the living room floor a fair bit. It's not is off to the right.
Guys, you see that pink blanket right there? Oh, look at that pink blanket. Right? This is Jack and Lily's room right here. And this is Daniel and Malehya's room.
There's a wood stove. It's not quite in the middle of the living room floor, but it juts out in the living room floor a fair bit.
You know something? Daniel brings up that wood stove, and that makes me think. And look at the smoke boiling out of there, right? It makes me wonder if there's something to that pink, or not pink blanket, sorry, I was reading a comment. Something to that stove now. That's okay, Henry. I don't care.
Recyclables were everywhere. Piled up bags everywhere. The counters were so full you couldn't pick out any one thing because it was really piled up with a lot of stuff.
Look at this. Look at these coats. You can't tell me that coat was washed even 6 weeks ago. Look at those coats. How filthy they are. And they got it right over the damn garbage as well. Like, that's going to make them stink. No, they didn't have a washer or dryer. They didn't have any bills either, other than an electric bill. What did they spend their money on? Oh, I know. I bet. Poor kids.
Because it was really piled up with a lot of stuff.
It's amazing how they always was talking about cleaning. Yep, that's right. Green eyes. Malehya said she was cleaning the day before, and Daniel was going to stay up that night and clean.
She was totally, a good way to put it was she looked totally lost. She had Meadow on her hip. She was holding Meadow, and she looked totally lost. When I got inside the trailer and after I had hugged Malehya, I mean, I took to crying. Now I didn't notice because I wasn't watching, but my sister stated that she noticed Malehya wasn't crying at all. She didn't have any tears. That she was very non-emotional. Right away, she thanked me for coming. And I noticed that her grandmother, Patty, was there. She was sitting on the couch. And I asked Malehya if she'd heard anything yet. Did they find anything yet? And she said no. I said, who are the ones outside? And she told me that was Janie, Daniel's mom, and that was Justin, Daniel's brother, I asked if those were the doors that the children went out, and she said yes, and she opened and closed them to show me how quiet they were, which I did find a little strange.
Yeah, like you're not believing
I
your
asked
listen to
her
this.
around what time she seen them, and she said she never seen them since Thursday night when she put them to bed. I asked her what time she thought they got up, and she said between 8 and 8:30. But she said she didn't see them. She heard them out in the other room playing. She never said what room. She just said she heard them out in the room playing, and she drifted off to sleep. And when she woke up again, she didn't hear nothing, and she realized that the place was just too quiet. So they got up and they searched.
But remember, whenever she says Jack and Lily woke up baby Meadow, and she got up and put Meadow in the bed. What would a mother do if that would, I mean, to get a baby that's been asleep for 9 or 10 hours already to go back to sleep? Good luck with that, number one. But number two, if they was loud enough to wake baby Meadow up, wouldn't she have stuck her head in there and said, guys, keep it down? Still people sleeping in here. Keep it down. Play in your room or whatever, whatever she would say. But you are going to stick your head in there. Yep. Yep. And also, Joyous, what's very interesting, the day before, when they go over the documents, the day before, she said, Jack and Lily woke up and went straight into our bedroom. Well, they're going to do that every morning. That's the first thing, that if kids that age wake up before you, they're going to go straight to the bedroom. That's just the way. It's a habit. They want to know someone is in the house with them when they first wake up.
She said they searched the house, they searched the yard, and then I think she said Daniel went off in the truck to search. So I asked her, I said,
in the truck to search? In the truck.
well, I said, we're here to search. So you know your kids. You're the mom. Moms know their kids. You know what takes their interest, where they like to go around the yard, where you have to get after them all the time. And she said they always like to play up by their fort. So I told her we would start up there. So we headed out, and that's where we started. I never met Daniel that day. She told me that he was out searching. He's been searching since they've been gone. The dog barked from the time we entered the property. It just became background noise. It never stopped barking. Right away, it was hitting me that.
Do you hear that? This dog never stopped barking. It was background noise. Okay, let's talk about that for one moment. This dog is background noise. The reporter, I think it was for the CBC, said, and a dog that barks at everything. Well, a dog don't change their habits either, right? So if it wasn't Fluffy, whose dog was it? Whose dog was it?
There's just no way these kids would be in these woods. It was just like a jungle. We went up through the woods. We made it to a field in the back. and we combed the woods beyond that, and then we seen all these wood roads going, these old pathways going.
Exactly, Karen.
So we were up there for about an hour, and we headed back down. And I went back into the trailer, and Malehya had Meadow.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely seeking justice. There's a couple things that are very telling right there. And seeking justice is the fact Malehya never left the baby with Janie and ran screaming and searching tells you all you need to know, really. That and the fact that they never went to Janie's. The first thing you're going to do when a child is missing on your property is go to Janie's. You're going to go to the other person or people living on that property. Are the kids inside? Did you see the kids? Did you hear that's the first thing you're going to do. You don't hear them about checking the outbuildings, checking the chicken coop, anything like this. It's that they're gone immediately. They went into the woods. And then later on that day, I have reason to believe, she says, these children were abducted. Bull.
Cradled on her hip, and there was a couple of groups of people.
You're not going to have an infant cradled on your hip whenever more than half of your children are disappeared. You're going to put that baby in Janie's hands, and you're going to go search. A mother would be frantic, panicked, searching everywhere. Malehya didn't as much lift a stone to look for these children, which, yeah, tells you everything you need to know.
People, but I wasn't paying any attention to the people at that point. So I don't know who they were. And she was going to different groups, talking with people. Malehya was totally off.
I don't know.
At first, I thought it was shock. But when I come home.
Yes, guys, if you're just joining us or you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, please hit that thumbs up button. We'd greatly, greatly appreciate that. What was the reason, she said, for the kids' abduction? There wasn't a reason. Just they got out and they were might have been abducted. We have 320 or 330 million people in the United States. I don't know the population of Canada, but I know it's way less than the United States. And there is only a few stranger abductions a year in our country. Now, stranger abduction in Canada, much less Nova Scotia, much less Pictou County, 38 million roughly in Canada. There you go. So we have about 300 million more people in our country than Canada. And like, it's a no-brainer. Stranger abduction is it's called a non-familiar abduction. It is someone that you have no affiliation with whatsoever. And this would be even, more rare. This would be a double abduction, abducting two children that are 4 and 6 in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. No.
Home Saturday night, And I kept thinking about her behavior because it was very odd to me.
I'm just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home. What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep. And they're not the type of kids we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And
Okay, she says they're not the type of kids to do this, number one. Number two, in the documents, she says if they did get out, Janie would always call us. Why didn't she call you that morning? Why didn't she call you that morning?
they happen to just get out that sliding door and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet. And we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he said,
when she says my partner, Daniel, I hear, I don't know if the word is disgust or I hear something.
As
you hear it?
It was quiet, and we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the...
What's your face?
I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no.
And then when I woke up, Malehya was right beside me. She was still asleep. And I said, I don't hear Lily and Jack. So I jumped straight up out of bed.
They have the total opposite story. Malehya says she was asleep. Or Malehya says Daniel was asleep. Daniel says she was asleep. Daniel says they wake up at the same time. Just, their souls are so inclined to wake up at the same time. And Malehya says she asked Daniel, do you hear the kids? She starts out like the West with a line by line. Yep. List. Yep.
Silence is never a good thing when you have kids. Because you know they're getting into something.
And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone.
Now, I'm not an expert in autism, but if they were autistic, like Malehya says, when she saw her mom, I told you they were autistic. Would they be talking people's ear off, strangers? To me, that would seem rare with children with autism, because my experience with children with autism is they are very shy in the beginning.
They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the
of course
huge search effort going on right now, but we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility.
That's always been my experience. I mean, it is a massive spectrum, but I just don't see Jack and Lily, uh, you know, talking someone's ear off, especially because I don't think that they got out much. They went to school and home, and that's about it. Malehya says here, I want an Amber Alert for my children. I want my babies home. My children are not shy to strangers, and they will go with anyone. They don't understand stranger danger. At this point, they may have been taken. Please send an Amber Alert now.
That they could have been. But just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found.
To me, that is a very weird statement. Pain and sorrow. Sorrow, and I've said this from the beginning, sorrow is, and to use the words beside each other, pain and sorrow. Bingo. Exactly, PNW. Sorrow comes from death. That's what you think of sorrow with death. You know, we are scared. That's a word you could use. We are frightened. We are confused. Things like that. But yeah, it's like a sympathy card. Yeah. So, yeah.
We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have issues with school, and they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds. And I don't want to go through that another night without them. I miss them.
The last few days have been very stressful. I mean, ever since the Friday morning when we noticed that the children were gone.
The day after the children went missing, that Saturday of May 3rd, there was an argument at the home between Malehya's family members and some of Daniel's family members. One of Malehya's family members hurled an accusation that Daniel had something to do with the children's disappearance. And this stemmed from...
Now, again, it is, you know, when, hey, Jeff, good to see you. Whenever something like this is happening, when family members start hurling accusations, they, in my opinion, don't do it just willy-nilly, because that saying someone has a reason to do something to the kids, that's a big accusation, right? And it's probably because they know how Daniel was up to the kids going missing. And that's always been very telling to me. Saying, you know, they started saying, you have, like, there is, these children didn't walk off. This doesn't make sense. We would have found them. You have a rug problem. There's a lot of stuff been going on in this house, CPS and everything else. Something is wrong.
Discussion about meth use in the home.
And there was drugs. Drugs was involved, and that's what fueled the family altercation in the driveway. And I'll be the one to say that because I got so freaking mad after this was found out, because then I said to him, I said, that's exactly why you're acting the way you are, running around like a madman, acting like you're doing everything and everybody's just sitting back, like relaxing. Like nobody was, but nobody was running around like a chicken with their head cut off because we weren't on drugs. Do you know what I mean? But that's what the altercation was, because I was like, I confronted his family. It was actually me. And I said, what the hell, guys? Like,
Daniel doesn't, Daniel tries to use, $5 words and tries to act like he's this very caring person, but he only really he doesn't really talk about the kids. It's only about his innocence.
what's going on here? Like, why is that involved? My sister broke down and she admitted that he's been on it for 2 years. Yeah, that was just as Malehya was going down to the press conference. Yeah. So Malehya broke at the end of the driveway. She was crying and I was like, what's going on? And she wouldn't talk. And I looked at her and I said, now's the time to talk. Like, get fucking talking. Like, what's going on?
Now's the time to talk. Get fucking talking. Sister knew her sister, right? Now's the time to talk. Get fucking talking. And I think Malehya had a meltdown in the back of that ambulance. And I do believe she told her mom a lot more. And that's when mom said, get in the car. You're coming with me. This is done.
And
And they knew Jack and Lily weren't missing and they weren't coming home because a family would not pull out after less than 48 hours of searching and just leave.
Broke down, and that's what it came about, that he was doing that. And yeah, so they all got very, very mad when that came about, and they all kind of said, you know what, we already knew that. Well, if you knew that, why the hell is there children in a home with somebody like that? Like, why aren't you protecting the kids that way?
It's no more foul than ours.
Daniel told me about the fight on the first day I met him. And I also learned that his mother, Janie McKenzie, kicked Malehya's family members off the property.
Haley. Must have heard Haley.
Mackenzie.
She goes, you get out of my fucking yard. That's what the Danny come right up to her. You get out of my fucking yard. Don't you accuse my fucking son.
You see, there is a vast difference. From someone like Belinda versus Junkyard Janie. Belinda will say what her son has done wrong and still love him, right? Which is what you're supposed to do. Do the right thing. Janie, don't you talk about my Daniel. A mom's heart doesn't lie on a meth head kid. A mom's heart does not lie. So what, he smokes the meth and it looks like a fucking, junkyard around here. Big difference. She is oblivious.
After that point, at a briefing, a police update that Daniel and Malehya attended together, Malehya left the briefing in tears.
It was around supper time when officers pointed out on maps where searchers had been. Suddenly, Malehya said she wasn't feeling well. She walked out with Meadow on her hip. In the back of an ambulance, Malehya sobbed uncontrollably. Her mother, registered nurse Cindy Murray, at her side. Daniel pleaded with Malehya to speak to her alone, but her mother stepped in front of him. Daniel lost control right there of everything. And that is when it changed. Daniel, don't forget what the reporter said that's always stuck with her. After Malehya left, Daniel told the reporter, she's going to blame all of this on me. Oh, really, Nancy? I've not heard that.
When Daniel tried to speak to her alone, her mother would not let him. And that there was also an altercation there that resulted in Malehya leaving with her mother, cutting off contact with Daniel, and the two have broken up. She's changed her Facebook status to single, and she has not come back to the community.
Yeah, just before Malehya had left, Malehya planned to, the baby was going to go with Logan. There was a lot of kind of give me the baby, I'm taking the baby, and then, oh, you can come too. And it was kind of Malehya, I spoke to her and I was like, why don't you go with your mom? She wasn't made to go with her mom. As her sister, I could see what was right and what was wrong in that moment.
When I got there, I said, do you want me to stay with the baby? You can go look. She goes, I'm going to stay with the baby. Okay, said whatever. So I went looking.
Do you want me to stay with the baby so you can go look? Malehya's like, nope. Nope. You did, Nancy? Okay, let me look.
So that was the next thing, was when she was told that the baby had to leave the residence. She's exactly told she did not have to leave the residence. They just wanted the baby off the residence, from the residence. As this whole scenario isn't something a kid should be a part of. So the baby was going to come to my house. So she's never been apart from the baby. Never. She's meadow.
Did you email it or did you text it, Nancy?
Meadow. So I said, you're more than welcome to come too. If not, I am comfortable. I have 3 kids of my own. Like Malehya, I can take care of this kid. I can take care of the baby, no problem. So first the baby, it was just going to be the baby. And then she decided she was going to come with me. So, but then something changed and we were at the briefing. Her mother said something to her. And then I had to take everything out of my car and put it in her mother's car. And like I said, she had this whole plan. She was going to drive her car into my house. Mm-hmm. And she was going to, and then the plan changed. Oh, I'm going to take the car to my mother's. I'm going with my mother. Well, she didn't even come back for the car. The search and rescue had her car towed to wherever she was.
Yes. Yep. That is exactly right, Esley. And I think we forget about that a lot. That CPS said that baby could not stay there. Could not stay there. And it was, it couldn't be around Daniel. And they ended up giving Cindy the temporary custody or guardianship Um, so I think that says a lot.
Because they left the car. That's how much of a hurry that was to leave.
And they were trying to persuade her to.
Did Nancy? I'm trying to find it. I don't know where it. Did you email it? Did you email it? Because I don't see anything from today from you. I don't see anything. I don't see it.
To stay with the baby. And I told her that she really needs to sit and think what's best for her and the baby at this time. And she ended up going with her mom, and that was willingly. It was nobody talking her in to go. I'm just like, you have a home, you'll be treated right, there'll be food, there'll be love. Like, you know what I mean?
So to know that he got home to go contact her, that he was blocked and deleted, was a complete and utter shock.
Can you text it again?
Sunday, I didn't go searching. That my niece and friends of hers, they're hikers, so they stated they would go for me. So they went Sunday. Then Monday, my sister and I decided, well, we were going to go back. So we had my nephew, and he had a 4-wheel machine because we wanted to take the trails back further towards the pipeline. And like I said, there's trails that go everywhere through there. So we started searching right away. And when we were done with that search, I come back out, and they stayed out by the road, and I started to walk in because I wanted to let Malehya know that we were searching to see if she had any more information. And that's when I had met Logan. That when I walked into the driveway and I said hi to them. And
Nancy, is it the one from? Hold on. Is it this one right here? Is it the one from Daphne? Hold on 1 second. Wait 1 second. Damn. This is the one we played.
Discrepancies. We were told that Lily had a black eye from a Tonka truck on Wednesday when Malehya, Daniel, Jack, and Lily and Meadow visited Patty's house, which is Malehya's grandmother. Malehya and family went to the store and allegedly left Daniel home to watch Jack and Lily at Patty's house. Supposedly, Lily had got a black eye from pushing down on a Tonka truck. Yeah. What you're about to hear is Daniel told people that Lily had a black eye from the day before they went missing, which would have been Thursday, the day that they all went to town, the day before Jack and Lily disappeared. What happened to Jack and Lily? Why did they have so many black eyes? This is not normal behavior, guys.
Came across a photo of Jack with a black eye. And so that photo was dated December 13th, 2024. It was 5 months before he and Lily disappeared.
Right.
I asked Daniel how Jack received the black eye in December, and he didn't respond. But in private Facebook messages that were shared with me, he acknowledged that Jack had many black eyes. He said,
"Oh, I have this. Hold on 1 second. I think I have it pulled up, actually. Look here. Check this out. Check this one out. Actually, I have this. Okay, so right here, it says, I'm sure Susan would never forgive me if I didn't ask the question as well. Daniel, was the CPS file closed once they were satisfied that Lilly was the one that gave Jack his black eye? Daniel, the next answer Daniel gives, believe it or not. First of all, when someone says believe it or not, like in cases like this, you don't believe them. Lilly had a black eye from Wednesday, 2 days before the disappearance. A Tonka truck swung up and hit her in the face at Patty's house. Explanation point, explanation point. She pushed down on it when she was going around the floor. And Barb says, heaven help me, I just can hear Susan yelling at me in the background for an explanation if I don't ask. And then Daniel says, no case files show that I have full access to all the CPS files. I doubt that you have full access to that, but here we go. Okay. And if you look at this, let me see here. It's a little blurry. That evening, let me see here. Was this it? Let me see if this one's it. I don't know. I might have picked the wrong one. That evening, she got the kids something to eat, and they were watching TV. She said they might have gone outside sometimes to play, but they came in when it was getting dark. She got their teeth brushed, and they wore their clothes to bed because all the clothes were still in bags when she washed them at the grandmother's house, and she hadn't got around to putting them away. Lilly and Jack were hyper and excited, but she got them tucked into bed around 10 p.m. Jack had his blanket and his dinosaur, and she shut his door. Redacted. Lilly went to bed with her backpack. That's very, you see how it says she shut his door, by the way? She shut his door. So to me, that tells me that they each have their own door in their little box that they call a bedroom. As well. Okay, let me go back to this.
I asked Daniel how Jack received the black eye in December, and he didn't respond. But in private Facebook messages that were shared with me, he acknowledged that Jack had many black eyes. He said Lilly even had a black eye when Jack and Lilly disappeared from an incident that happened on May 1st, the day before the children went missing. He said a Tonka truck that she pushed down on swung up and hit her in the face.
But the most of the black eyes were probably from Lilly because, and I don't want to say 100% because Jack.
Probably from Lilly. Probably. What the fuck? You don't know where the black eyes came from? And I don't want to say 100% because Jack was really clumsy too. Again, how hard is it to bust blood vessels? Very difficult. Very difficult. We are built to move, and our veins are moving with this, right? It's very tough. You've got to really press on it so far and hard to get a bruise.
Jack was really clumsy too. Like when we used to take him to the woods, he would fall a lot. I remember one time too, Jack ran right into the doorknob on the door. They would throw stuff at each other. They were quite aggressive toward each other.
I don't believe for one moment that these children walked off from their property. Not one moment do I believe they walked off. These children, when you have similarities such as abuse, drug use, and prior CPS charges, there's something more sinister going on here. Children just don't show up with black eyes. The teachers knew. Why didn't CPS act quicker to get these children out of that home? Now they have disappeared, and the RCMP, they're looking for the remains. This is ridiculous. They were failed, in my opinion. They didn't have a fighting chance. This needs to stop.
Are you talking about Nietzsche? I didn't get to see that one, but I'll look at it. I will look at it. Oops, wrong one. Damn. This one second.
Justin was really upset. He was crying. Daniel was out talking to reporters at the end of the driveway. And Justin was really, really upset. So right away I was thinking they must have got some kind of bad news. So when I walked up close, right away Logan said, "Who are you? And what do you want?" And I just told her, I said, "Don't get mothy with me." I said, I'm the grandmother on the biological father's side. And right away she apologized. She apologized profusely. And then she proceeded to tell me that Malehya left on Saturday. Basically, yeah, Logan just filled me in on how Malehya had left. That they don't know what's going on. She was all set to go to her place, and Cindy said something to her. They don't know what it is, but Cindy said something to her, and just like that, Malehya up and left. And she said she took her Facebook down, and that kind of surprised me. So later on that night, I checked, and yes, I found out that she had taken her Facebook down, and she wasn't responding to me at all. So I called a friend, and I got her to check Malehya's Facebook, and she stated that the Facebook's down, but she'll reach out through Messenger. I was also blocked on Messenger with Malehya. So she reached out, and Malehya reached back, and Malehya's words were, I think I had sent them to you, that if Belinda wants to know that me and Meadow are safe, and if Belinda wants to know anything about her grandchildren, she can contact the RCMP. The Malehya I knew would never word it like that. So I assume maybe Cindy was the one that sent that message.
How old is Malehya?
Malehya is 27, I believe.
And Daniel's 30.
32, I believe.
So is it
Like, I'm
Malehya or is
surprised
it
that
Malehya's mom that has access to the little one right now?
32, but that's 64 in math years. Okay.
The baby.
I don't know what I'd do without you, sugar plummy baby. Oh, look at there. I don't know what I'd do without you. I bet you Daniel was the type that was like, put a picture of us. So, because he was so fucking jealous.
Well, Meadow is in custody of her mother. Like Malehya has custody of Meadow at the moment.
And has Daniel had the opportunity, since this has happened, to visit Meadow?
No.
So who's preventing him from, is it Malehya that's preventing him from doing that?
From what I understand, it's Children's Aid.
I don't understand why.
Hold on, what?
At the moment. The baby, Meadow is in custody of her mother. Like Malehya has custody of Meadow at the moment.
And has Daniel had the opportunity since this has happened to visit Meadow?
No.
So who's preventing him from? Is it Malehya that's preventing him from doing that?
From what I understand, it's Children's Aid.
It's Children's Aid, which, in my opinion, this is my opinion. So I'm assuming CPS works very similar there as it does here. And there would, in my opinion, have to be an alleged allegation against Daniel, whether that was in December or that was when Jack and Lily went missing, whether, because allegedly, I think it was Jack, one of them said that they didn't like Daniel or he was mean or something. I think Wade said that. And they call this the, quote, alleged perpetrator. Alleged perpetrator. And what they will do is they will usually, they can't make someone move out, but what they'll do is say, we're going to take the kids if this person remains in the home. And it sounds like they were not allowing Meadow around Daniel. And because I'm assuming he is the, quote, alleged perpetrator for whatever was happening. Again, whether that was in December or when the kids went missing. But I do believe, in my opinion, Daniel is that alleged perpetrator of whether that is bruising or something else.
I don't understand why they wouldn't allow Daniel access.
I don't understand why, if this is a case.
Malehya has the baby.
Unless she made allegations of domestic abuse.
You know what, Mama Angie? I think I remember that Daniel said at one point that M alleged abuse against him to CPS when she left. Yes.
But even then, it would have to go to family court, and he should be allowed at minimal right now supervised access.
But when
Yes, that as well. Fundiski. Allegedly, Daniel's children said that Malehya would lock the children in the bedroom, and that was mean to them, and said that Daniel would go after Jack and Lily. Makes me wonder if they were both mean to each other's kids.
did try to call Malehya afterwards, like on that Sunday, to check on Meadow and to check on her. She answered, and as soon as she answered, what I got was, I said, "How is Meadow?" She goes, "Meadow is fine." And then I hear in the background, "Who are you talking to? Hang that phone up." So then when I called back the next time, because I'm very persistent, I'm going to call the next day. My number was blocked. So, you know, little trick on your phone. If you're blocked, you can private your number and it will still go through.
Oh, damn, I forgot about that. I've got the text message that Daniel's kids claimed that that his own kids claimed that he was, I bet you that's what it was. Hold on. 1 second. I bet you that's what it is. Okay, bear with me. Hold on. I gotta find this. Because now this is interesting. Daniel said that his kids told on him that he was hurting or something the kids. I can't remember. I'm going to find it. Let me play this real quick.
So I did call, but I didn't say anything because I wanted to see who would answer the phone. Her mother answered the phone, and she went Malehya's phone, so I did not talk, and I just hung up the phone because I knew I wasn't going to get anywhere.
Her mother has told CBC News the RCMP told them not to speak with news reporters. The RCMP said it just advised people to be mindful of the information they share.
Like again, I said, I don't really want to touch on anything to do with Malay and what her future.
Okay, look at this message, by the way. This is one where she says, I thought they were just drug addicts and would fight with each other over small things. And that's why the house was dirty. Malehya did say on Easter that Jack didn't like Daniel. And Malehya said that that Daniel was harder on Jack. Okay. Now look at this. Let me see if I got it here. Daniel says here, Malehya became violent coming up to the disappearance. She used to hit me all the time, but as a man, you don't want to speak about that. She became aggressive easily. So she became aggravated, easily by me and the kids. Malehya and her family and friends all joined together to make my life hell with CPS 2. Boom. There you have it. With my life with CPS 2. There you have it, folks. There you have it. But that's still not even the one I was trying to find. So they were telling the truth on Daniel, and he didn't like it. I only get to see Meadow under supervised visits, and my ex-wife will not allow me to see the other kids because her lawyer advised her not to. That is not true. CPS, you can't be around any kids. Malehya is silence speaks for itself. I've become desensitized to the judgment and always speak openly. Okay. Let me see here. Let's see here. I've got so much. I've got something where he talks about the kids told on him on CPS. Me and Meadow will visit her in prison. This is where he said she has Meadow and is on the run. I'll find it in a minute, but let me get back to the video while I look for this. I can't remember where it was.
Plans are. Everything's touch and go. The subject is very touchy for family. Malehya's trying to live somewhat of a normal life. She shouldn't be expected to sit in the house and be miserable. She can have a life too, right? We don't know what happened. I only know from what I was told. I obviously wasn't there when the kids went missing, but she deserves to not be ridiculed as well, right?
Yep.
So I'm not sticking up for anybody in this situation.
Here's a message I've always found interesting as well. And this kind of makes me wonder. Again, he points toward Jack. Daniel does. He didn't want to go to school either. He refused to get ready, meaning Jack. I would get up to help Malehya. It's backed by Malehya in the document stating Daniel, he's talking to himself in third person, really helped me when I was overwhelmed, as it was many times. I left work 4 or 5 times. My employer told me to help the kids. No. Daniel says the kids are already in bed here by the time he got back in as well. When we both woke up, it's hard to remember if it was me or her, but I think she said, "Do you hear the kids?" It's tough question because waking up from sleep, then your world changes on a dime. You forget things so small like that. No, you don't. This one is one where Daniel said, "They are loud kids." That's how I know someone they knew from Malehya's side of the family took them. Again, always blaming Malehya. Thank you so much, Miss Joyous. Appreciate you, Mama. Isn't it the message about Taylor that Daniel mentioned about CPS and the kids? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I can't remember. Okay, yep, this is it. Thank you so much for sending this. Okay. Look at this. Check this out. This comes from the Martell. Thank you so much, Joyous. Appreciate you, Mama. Mr. Martell. Well, everything is not the best. Meadow is going into CPS custody. Malehya is losing her. CPS also turned, I don't want to mention the kids' names, but he says the kids on me. They interrogated an 8 and a 6-year-old, and I guess they said I abused Jack and Lilly. One fucked up day. I did, Summer Breeze. Hopefully you did too, my friend. If that is not damning, I don't, because kids are honest, right? They're very honest. They're very, very honest. Was that what you were talking about, Joyce? No, they don't lie. They don't have a filter. Right? We are We are taught to lie to get in trouble. Kids like that don't lie. That to me is just bam. Oh no, I'm sorry, Leapud. And look, if Daniel was home at that time, he's got a bar or two. Just an FYI. If he's home at that time, he's got full Wi-Fi, but look, he's got a couple bars as well. What was Kent, Lily? So who was the person saying, when we all know the truth, we will be shocked? I don't think we'll be, I mean, I think we might be shocked about what happened, but I don't think in hell's bells we will be shocked about who's involved. What did Jen Nova say? Do you remember seeing a message that Daniel said Jack was up till midnight? I don't remember where I seen that. I vaguely remember that. Yes, I do. I need to find that now. In Didi's comments, he said, when and if the truth comes out, we will be shocked. Well, that the thing about is saying is when and if the truth comes out, we will be shocked. That implies you know something. Wolfie, what are the odds of the court docs coming out next week? Wolfie, so I hear that they've already been released, but this is just what I've heard. I can't confirm this, but I've heard that the news has not released them yet. Thank you so much, Wolfie. My hound dog. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying all the time. How you doing, hound dog? Good to see you, my friend. Look at these messages from the junkyard Janie when she was in said chat room. 1 second. She says, okay, answer me this. Why would you leave your laundry at your grandmother's house and Jack and Lily go missing on Friday? Ask your son, Jamie. Yes, I believe the kids are alive, he said. She only brought back some of Meadows' clothes, Jack and Lily's, and Daniel's, none of hers. I don't believe that. We packed up 6 bags of clothes for Jack and Lily's. I don't believe that. You said that they were already packed up. If I could type faster, I would answer everyone's questions. Janie McKenzie says, there was no clothes. Yes, I heard both kids that morning. Yes, 6 bags. DT has pics. I believe those are the clothes that she brought back. Janie says, yes, he walked through a field, not woods. Big difference. I don't know where the kids are. If I did, I would tell. Do you think I like going through this hell? When I went for my polygraph, they asked me if I wanted anything to drink. I said no thanks. I was telling them there was none of Malehya's clothes here. No, you're right, DT. No kids here. Listen to this one. No kids here. I think she means we have a pool. Was not raking the driveway on Thursday night. If I did, don't you think the RCMP would notice? They are not stupid. Then why in the did you say I was raking that night, filling in potholes? I had my rake, my shovel, the Dollarama, and I was filling in potholes. Hi, Yvette. Good to see you. Janie said her and Daniel were the only ones to watch Lily and Jack. Malehya never took them out, so she heard them and Malehya them, but never thought that was unusual or suspect. Janie said her and Daniel were the only ones to watch Lily and Jack. Malehya never took them out, so she heard them and Malehya them, but never thought that was unusual or suspect. Who did she hear them? I know, Crazy Buck. She fucking said it on her TV interview. She is I mean, I see where the Martell gets it from. I really do. You can tell where the Martell gets it from. His mother. Right here she is. And right here she is. How the old white lady in the pharmacy looks at me when I'm checking out with nothing but lube and Reese cups. Judge, mental, much, Janie. Bitch. We know you're raking your ass, Janie, probably across the driveway like your dog. Scooching along. If you wash a spinner, go to hell. Can't stand her. Has Daniel been quiet lately? He's out of the math. He's not as confident. Janie's got a rake. Bum, 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 bum. And she's full of hate. Bum, 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 bum. Lupin cat food. No, Reese's. So, there's that. No, seriously, who is Belinda saying here? Who is Belinda saying here that she heard because I've got a text message from Daniel about someone shing, and that's what I don't know. I'm trying to put these two pieces together because I've got a message from Daniel, and I've never heard Belinda say this. Does anyone know? What's your boy Daniel do? He smokes the math and can't count to 5. Belinda said that Janie said Malehya said shh. Really? And I believe Belinda with every fiber of my being. And we know that she apparently lies because she clearly said that these two are up to something, Daniel and his Dollarama lady. That makes me wonder now. Hold on. Go back to this. Okay, remember this with this thing. Janie said her and Daniel were the only two to watch Jack and Lily, and Malehya never took them out. So she heard them and Malehya them, but never thought that was unusual or suspect. Now look at this. From the math himself. They are loud kids. That's how I know someone they knew from Malehya's side of the family took them. The dog did bark, but briefly. I'm guessing whoever took them may have said to shh, don't be loud. I hope Belinda knows that this was out there. Look at this. I hope Belinda knows that this was out there. They are loud kids. That's how I know someone they knew from Malehya's side of the family took them. The dog did bark, but very briefly. I'm guessing. Well, first of all, you sack of squirrel crap, Daniel. How do you know the dog barked? You're guessing. Well, no. That would be a wild. I could say and 3 crows flew over you, I'm guessing, as well. He's nuttier than squirrel shit. He really is. He's telling us what happened, but guessing at the same time. The dog did bark, but very briefly. 2 explanation points. I'm guessing. How do you know if the fucking dog barked? Weren't you sleeping? Dum-dum? I can't with this man. I swear to God, I would rather put up with Don Wells and Edgar any day of the week than I would with him, because he is, I mean, he's God. He's fucking lunatic. I mean, I'm guessing. Well, you're okay, you're guessing. I can guess that someone won a Monopoly that morning as well. I'm guessing. They may have said shh. Right? Don't be. Why would he fucking say that? Well, but it just alarms me now that we have this. Wait, wrong one. It tells me that Daniel and Junkyard Janie were on the same page there. They're making this shit up. Kayla says, in fact, many people we've spoken have a different theory about what happened to these children. In some cases, they've based on information they have, and in some cases, just a feeling. But their step-grandmother, Janie McKenzie, says she is sure those kids are not in the woods. Daniel, is this your little bowl where you snort your stuff out of? Asking for a friend. Was splitting wood yesterday. Put it in today. Yes, I was raking where the pool was going around supper time Thursday night. No pool cause there was no kids here. Why put it up? I wanted to put in a fenced area so kids would get in it. You mean wouldn't? It's not in the driveway. It was going to be in front of the RV, in front of her windshield, so the dogs could just bark non-stop. No, I got one last year from a friend. As they took it down, she gave it to me and the kids. Where's it at, Janie? If I was there, I would have gave her my hand. Not the mail. I don't even know what that means. Yes, and by the way, Daniel wants to say that, which I proved this a long time ago with this message. Daniel wanted to say that Malehya's mom was there just a few minutes afterwards. She was on her way at 12:01, which is 2 hours. Even before or after the 911 call went in. And at 12:08, she called 2 minutes and 51 seconds. And at 12:24, she's still not there. Still not there. Just crazy to me. Janie's smoking the peace pipe too, I think. Thank you, Patriot Girl. Really do appreciate you, Mama. Thank you so much for your perspective. I'm proud of you. Hello, No More Lies. Good to see you, dear. Perhaps Jackie got a hold of Daniel's Pokemon cards. No. I don't think so. It's something like that. Raking the driveway for months now. There was no raking. No. It's weird. It's weird. I don't even know what to say. Oh, thank you, Miss Donna. Good to see you, love. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you for being a member as well. As soon as Jordan put the video out and lost his shit, Daniel's been silent directly after all that happened. You think? He can't stand anyone that he can't stand them. He really can't. Thank you so much, Donna. Appreciate you. I hate how he always talks about the kids in past tense. Jack was really clumsy. I don't understand why they're not in jail. We got to find Jack and Lily. We got to find Jack and Lily. I don't know. We need to get all of Nova Scotia together and just one end to the other and just fucking hold hands and clear the whole Nova Scotia. Fuck these Daniel. He's very frustrating. Now he's on ADHD. Is that what he's saying, Linda? Daniel's always watching. Daniel doesn't come in anybody's chat. That will fry his fins to the fucking floor. He knows better. Yeah. Daniel's on his Patriot Girl. His ADHD medicine is prescribed by the math dealer. Okay. It's by the math dealer. Right? Remember that Janie kicked all of MBM. Oh, of course she did. Of course she did. All right, my people. Love you all. Appreciate you. You guys are amazing. We will be back maybe later tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Do you know the math man, Daniel? The math man? Yes, he knows the math man who lives in Lansdowne Station. Thank you, Miss Joyous. Thank you all, Sherry, Jen, Jonah. Daniel said the boat sank long ago when asked about him and Malehya. Thank you, PNW. I'll call you as well. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you all for joining me. Much love to you all. There's so much stuff going on in true crime right now. I need to make some videos. I might make some videos, or I might come back live. I don't know. We'll see. But if you're up, I might be around. Love you guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. God bless each and every one of you. You only get so many trips around the sun. Make it count. Good night.